Hello chatterbox out there. I hope you've all had a lovely week and all having a lovely Friday. Today in this video I'm just going to be telling you guys about what I got to on my Friday. Just enjoying a nice cup of tea. Nothing like a nice cup of tea to start a vlog. So last night I couldn't get to sleep because my younger brother was on his Xbox screaming and shouting F and blind on his Xbox, being a white psycho all over blooming FIFA. God knows how his girlfriend managed to sleep through it, but I certainly couldn't. So I ended up sleeping in my older brother's room. And so this morning I was not in the best of moods, and I could have strangled him. And I got ready for the day ahead, and I had a bowl of cereal and a cup of tea, and went on to Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and listened to some Shania Twain and a bit of karaoke. Love a good sing song. And I was going to be getting my haircut today, but I'm not going to be doing that. Instead, I'm going to get my haircut on Monday with my dad, and then we're going to go off to the dump shop to have a look around there. Instead, today I went off to the charge shops to have a look around, and I had a nice refreshing shower and got myself ready, and I listened to a bit of Kylie and a bit of Scout for Girls and Coldplay and Script, and I worked on my book series and exclusive stories for my Dog game, and played my Dog show and with my main Bruto doll, and sorted my main Bruto doll, and I watched some Friends, Big Brother and How I Met Your Mother and Baby Daddy episodes, and some other comedy stuff like that, and some medical drama stuff like Doctors Casually, Holby and stuff like that, and watched some old soap stuff like Skins, Waterloo, Green Hill, and some American teen drama stuff like The Fosters, Dawson's Creek, Degrassi, Riverdale, and some other American drama stuff, and watched Gossip Girl, The Cowdives, New Girl, The Golden Girls, and some other American comedy drama stuff. And I watched some stuff off Record, BBC Player, Put Like a Catch Up, and Afterman. I did some work searches and colouring in pages, and some arts and craft, and played on Stardom, Fifth, and some other game sites, and played on COD, Minecraft, Subway Surfer, and played Ludo, Spoons, Cheat, Monopoly, Game of Life, and some other cards and board games. And I had a sandwich and a cup of tea for my lunch, and watched some old soap stuff and some DVDs, and listened to some CDs and vinyl. Tidied my office up from what I've been working on my book series, and sorting Scripts Store and stuff for my Dog and Co /game, and also tidying my Dog and show set up and moved sort of props and sets and stuff around. And my younger sister was doing some artwork in her room, and I watched Seven Brides and Seven Brothers and some other musical stuff, and watched some sci-fi fantasy stuff like Labyrinth and Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, and watched Paddington 1, still need to watch Paddington 2, it came out last November. I watched Jurassic Park, and I watched American Horror Story, Shadowhunters, Supernatural, and Doctor Who, and some classic Doctor Who episodes. And my younger brother's out with his mates, and he got Bantams on his Xbox. And my dad got up from his nap. My mum went back to bed because she was up in the night, and my dad went off to work, and he dropped me to the high street, and I went and had a look around the charity shops, and I'm going to show you what I got. So the first things that I got was a donut from Greggs. Already ate that on the way home because it was so delicious and it smelled so good. I just couldn't resist. And I got some fruit pastels, some oat and raisin cookies because they are the best cookies ever, and then got an apple tango because this is one of the best drinks ever. I absolutely love apple tango. And then I got some stuff from the charity shops as well. I got these two albums here. This is Kylie's first ever album called Enjoy Yourself. I think it's one of her first albums. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it's a stock Acton and Waterman production. So yeah, pretty sure this is her first album. Nonetheless, I love Kylie, and I don't have this album, so I'm pretty sure it is. I thought I had this album, but I don't. I've now got, I think, 9 or 10 other albums. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. Should soon have them all. And got this album from Scouting for Girls. This is their debut album, but I already have this album, so I'm going to be giving this to my younger sister because she's a fan of them like me. And then I got a chalkboard for when my cousins come over, and they can use that. Also, it's a bit for me as well, so I can just doodle on it and stuff because I'm such a big kid. Then I got a colouring book that you can use for when go on long journeys in the car, on the bus, train, and yeah, I could just put this in my bag. I can use for when I'm off to college or off to work placement. And yeah, I just love colouring pages and colouring books, as you guys know. Then I got this beautiful Brat doll here, who came with these shoes, but they're actually not hers, they are another doll's that I actually have, so I'll be putting them on her. Sorry about her indecency. I love her hair and her face, and she's one of my favourite doll finds so far. Her hair needs a bit of TLC, and I found a load of doll outfits when I was spring cleaning the other day that I'd scrolled away that I forgot I had, so I'm going to have a look in there to see what I can find to put on her. And she can do splits, which I think is so cool, so I'm going to get a photo of her from my Instagram of her doing the splits in a nice pose. And she's got posable arms so she can move them all around and wave them like you just don't care. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh gosh, I'm going nuts. I found this doll and I had looked in the doll bin where normally there's a load of dolls in there, but there weren't any, and there was one Brat doll that looked really tatty and had a massive hack hair job, and I was almost about to leave, and out of the corner of my eye I saw some blonde hair in the box, so I picked this out. I picked it out like that and looked at her face and was like, yep, I'm having you. And I got her and I'm so happy about this. She's such a pretty doll. I always loved the Chloe dolls. Chloe and Yasmin are my two favourites of the Bratz dolls line, and Roxy as well, because I just love red hair. And there's a new line apparently coming out, designed and created by an illustrator and designer called Hayden Williams. If you don't know who he is, go check out his illustrations on Twitter and Instagram. They are amazing. I actually love retweeting them on Twitter and always liking them on Instagram, because he's just so talented. I'm so excited for him to collab with the Bratz line and make some Bratz dolls. I'm really looking forward to that. And then I got a DVD for the last thing I got, and it's Bugsy Malone. I love a good musical. My younger sister has this on DVD, but I got it for myself, and I used to always ask to borrow her DVD of it. So now I can watch it for myself, and I'm probably going to watch this later on. Such a good film, classic. So that's the stuff that I got from the charity shops. I then went on a massive nature walk, was limping for a bit because I've hurt my thigh. I don't know why, but now whenever I walk a bit, my thigh will like really hurt and it gets really sore. So I might have to go to the doctors to talk about that. My aches and my pains getting out now. And I took a load of nature photos, and it was such a nice day. Much better from yesterday evening when it hammered down with rain. It was so windy. It was nice and sunny today and quite warm, apart from the wind, so my hair was getting blown all over the place, and I literally looked like I'd been dragged through a hedge backwards. So when I got back, I gave my hair a good combing before I did this vlog, because I didn't want to look like I'd been pulled through a hedge backwards. Let myself in because my mum was asleep and my younger sister was upstairs doing artwork and had her music blasting out, and my younger brother was back for being out and he was on his Xbox. So I let myself in, put my bag of stuff away, and my dog Haas was happy to see me and was jumping up at me, and so I went out and threw the tennis ball for him for a bit, and then I went out there and room and watched today's Home and Away Neighbours, and I had a cheese and pickle toast and a cup of tea, and went onto Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and I did the nature photos that I'd taken while on my walk. And then my mum got up from her nap, and she's a lot better now. She was a bit tired because she was up in the night, and we watched Will and Grace, and my younger sister and I watched Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, and I played with my Monkey doll and sorted my dolls and the house out, and I cannot wait for Neighbours on Monday. There's going to be one in the afternoon and one in the evening, which is a special hour-long episode where it's all going to be kicking off, and it looks so exciting. They've been advertising it, and the trailers look so cool. And Ryan Thomas is going to be in it, who was in Coronation Street. What a great career move. He went from being in Coronation Street to now playing a character in Neighbours in sunny Australia. I cannot wait to see him in Neighbours. He's playing a much more different character to who you played in Coronation Street, and his character in Neighbours is a little bit of a villain, and we all love a good villain, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how he does in Neighbours. Who knows, maybe Adam will follow him over. That sounded really weird then. Maybe Adam Thomas, his younger brother, will follow him over there. And that would be great, having two of them in the same soap. Or maybe he could go in Home and Away, like Kylie and Danny when they were both in. Danny was in Home and Away, and Kylie was in Neighbours. Maybe it will be like that, where they'll be in rival soaps. And I watched the Tom and Jerry movie, some Scooby-Doo DVDs, and listened to the Kylie Minogue X album, and watched the Kylie Sugar tour, and I watched Once Upon a Time and some other mythical and fantasy shows and films, and watched Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, and watched Labyrinth, and I listened to Kylie Minogue. I can't wait to get a new album when it comes out in May, and listened to a bit of Tom Grennan, and watched some of my favourite doll YouTubers and some of my favourite YouTubers' vlogs, and read some blogs, and read some fanfic, and wrote some fanfic, and watched some soap and sci-fi fanfics, and some fanfics of some soap characters and film characters and book characters that I ship. And I'm now off to go put the stuff out away that I got today, treat it a little bit, take some doll photography stuff, and sort this doll out so I can take some doll photography stuff her. And then I shall be sorting out my main Blue Dot doll. I hope you've all had a lovely week, have all had a lovely Friday, and that you all have a lovely weekend, and I shall see you soon with a new vlog. Bye!